Ever wondered what would happen if your cat became your boss? Nay, well, I didn't either, until it happened. One day, I woke up, and the world had changed, drastically. The hierarchy in my house had flipped upside down. I was no longer the human in charge. No longer the provider, the protector, the powerful pet owner. No, I was the employee number one. And my boss, a 4.3 kilogram ball of fur named Chairman Meow. And yes, he insists you say the full name every single time. The first sign that something was off came at 7:00 a.m. I opened my eyes to find Chairman Meow sitting directly on my chest. He wasn't purring, he wasn't kneading, he was staring, unblinking, judging. "You're late," he said. "It's literally 7 a.m., I mumbled, still half asleep. "Correction," he snapped. "It's 7:02, and the office opens at 7 sharp. You're already behind on your tasks." "What office?" I asked, trying to sit up. "This is my bed." "Wrong," he said, hopping off me. "This is the break room. Now report to your workstation immediately." I stumbled into the kitchen, confused, sleepy, and more than a little concerned. Taped to the fridge was a piece of paper with scratch marks and something that smelled suspiciously like tuna. It read, "Welcome to MeowCorp International. Position, Human Resources, Food Distribution, Janitorial Services, Emotional Support, Entertainment Division, and Full-Time Cuddle Provider. Dress code, no loud colors. You are not allowed to look better than Chairman Meow. Break policy, you may take 5-minute breaks every 17 hours. Benefits, unlimited judgment, occasional purring. Cat hair in everything you own. Wait, I said aloud, emotional support and janitor. Multitasking builds character, came a voice from the windowsill. At 8 a.m. sharp, Chairman Meow held a stand-up meeting in the living room. It consisted of me, a sock puppet he apparently promoted to regional manager, and an empty food bowl named Susan. "Welcome, team," he began, adjusting his imaginary glasses. "Let's review yesterday's performance. Jenkins, you missed my 2:13 p.m. treat delivery window. It was to 13 and 15 seconds, I argued. Late, he hissed. You meowed at me for 20 minutes because the treat was 1 piece short. Quality control is not a suggestion, he replied coldly. He turned to Susan. Susan, your performance was immaculate. Silent, obedient, empty, just how I like my subordinates. After the meeting, I tried to sit on the couch. Big mistake, my chair was already occupied. Chairman Meow lounged there like a dictator on a throne, tail curled in judgment. "This is my ergonomic seat," he said. "You may sit on the floor like the peasant you are." "What about employee comfort?" I asked. "That's what the floor is for." I laid down on the carpet and used my hoodie as a pillow. 30 seconds later, I was smacked in the face by a toy mouse. "Playtime," he said, "boosts morale, chop chop." He meant his morale, obviously. At noon, I tried to heat some tomato soup. The moment the microwave beeped, he appeared in the kitchen. "What is that smell?" he asked, nose twitching. "Tomato soup, for lunch." He gasped. "Did you use non-organic basil?" "I didn't know you were going to eat it," I said, exasperated. "I'm not, I just care about the standards. This is a 5-star operation." Then, without hesitation, he knocked the entire bowl off the counter. "Start over, from scratch. This time, no mistakes." At 3 p.m., I was summoned to the boardroom, which, in this case, was the bathroom lit dramatically with a red light bulb and a laser pointer. "Let's talk about your progress," he said, pacing on the sink. "I've cleaned your litter box, fed you 5 times, watched you nap for 2 hours, and even meowed back at you during the 12:30 conference call." "Mediocre," he said, unimpressed. "You missed 1 chin scratch. You blinked at me during a staring contest, and you forgot to warm up my blanket." "I'm doing my best, sir." "That's the problem. Your best is merely human." The rivalry between me and Susan the Bull was growing stronger. She never spoke, she never made mistakes. She was always there. I left to use the bathroom once and she got promoted to Employee of the Month. Jenkins, he said to me one day, perhaps you should learn from Susan's loyalty. She's a bull, I shouted. And you're about to be unemployed. One afternoon, I'd finally had enough. I stood on the coffee table and shouted, I am not your employee. I am a free human. I pay the rent, I buy the food. I am the one in charge. Chairman Meow blinked slowly. You missed a spot on the rug, he said. I looked down. He was right. I cleaned it. Mutiny failed. 3 months passed. I now wore a tie to breakfast. I submitted PowerPoint reports made entirely of cat memes. I dreamt of laser pointers and woke up with fur in my mouth. And yet I didn't hate it. In fact, when Chairman Meow curled up on my lap at 5 p.m. and started purring, I felt promoted. In the end, I said into the camera, being ruled by a cat isn't the worst job. He doesn't yell, he doesn't gossip. He pays in purrs and emotional manipulation, but hey, at least he doesn't make me work weekends. From the hallway, I heard him shout, actually, I scheduled a 6 a.m. strategy session tomorrow. I quit, I said, deadpan. You'll be back, he called. You always come back. He wasn't wrong. He never is. Because he's the boss. The chairman. Chairman Meow. And I'm just Jenkins.